You're watching the station that works for you. Good Morning Maryland at 9.
Thanks for joining us on this Thursday morning. Well, we've certainly been telling you about a really special event that's happening in our community this weekend. It's called The Many Faces of Cancer, and it focuses on cancer, but most specifically in the African American community. It's an issue close to the heart of our next guest, and she is certainly a familiar face to all of you, our Mayor, Stephanie Rawlings Blake. It's a pleasure to have you here. Thanks for coming in.
If I come in one more time soon, I'm going to expect my own parking spot out front.
We're going to put your picture in the lobby, right next to Jamie Costello's, okay?
That's perfect. I was hoping next to Justin, but I'll do it.
I thought you were mad at him because of the weather. No, it's good to see you. Tell us about this event that's happening this weekend.
It's so important. One of the things Coleman, Maryland found out is that African American women weren't getting breast cancer at a higher rate, but they were dying of a higher rate. And it was about education, it was about prevention, it's about making sure that we're getting the information to those that matter. And there's a high rate of breast cancer in the African American community in zip codes 21215. And I'm going to be speaking this weekend at New Psalmist Church, and we're going to be giving resources, we're going to be doing screenings, and it's going to be a great event. And I'll be with my mom.
Well, we're putting all the information up on the screen because you mentioned it's happening this weekend, and there's a phone number to call if you're sitting at home and you're interested and you want to get involved. You mentioned your mom. A lot of people don't know that this is a cause close to your heart. Why is that?
My mom is a breast cancer survivor, and she was diagnosed in 1991. And it was a terribly traumatic time for my family dealing with that diagnosis. And, you know, it was good because for us, she's a medical professional, so she was able to allay our fears and let us know what was going on. And we, through the chemo and the surgery and all of the treatments, the family was very tight and supportive. And I want to make sure that people know so they can have that survivor story. My mom's been a survivor for a long time, and I want other people to to be in that position that they're talking about the survivor story 20 years down the line instead of talking about funeral plans.
What about people who first get that diagnosis and daughters who hear that this is happening to their mom and they're going through this right now? What would you say to them?
I would say it's not a death sentence, that we've come so far when it comes to breast cancer research and treatment that people shouldn't be afraid. Sometimes people are too afraid to find out, and they wait too late. And we can really decrease the number of women who are dying if we just do the testing. Get your mammograms. I know it's yucky and it's uncomfortable, and I feel like it's a torture device, but it keeps you alive. So if we get people, women, in the routine of getting their checks and getting the information and sharing the information and making sure, if you're a friend to someone, make sure that they have a primary care doctor and they're getting their screenings.
So this weekend you'll be the keynote speaker. Your mother will be there. I'm sure she's very proud.
Well, I'm hoping that she gives the bulk of the speech.
Does she know that you're planning on doing that to her? Oh, that's good. I hope she's watching. All right. Now, I did want to ask you about something before you go. You've been working very hard in Annapolis to push for tougher gun legislation. Last time you were here, that's why you came in to talk about it. How's that going, and where is it right now?
So one piece of the package is moving forward, and that's the use and possession bill. So if you're a felon who's prohibited from carrying a handgun, very shortly in Maryland, you'll also be prevented from carrying or prohibited from carrying a long gun. And that's significant because just yesterday, in coordination with Maryland State Police and Baltimore County Police, we had a gun seizure in a home in Baltimore County where the gentleman was selling long guns in northwest Baltimore, creating danger and harm in our cities, and we need to do more. And my hope is that the Maryland legislature will understand that this is not a gun rights thing. It's about creating safer environments. In New York, when they increased the mandatory minimum, they were able to reduce their homicide rate by almost 20% in the first year. We don't need another weekend like last weekend. We need people not just in Baltimore to be incensed, but we need legislators from around the state to be sick enough that they're willing to take bold action to create a safer Maryland.
Are they there yet? Are they getting mad and frustrated? I know citizens are.
Citizens are, and I'm so proud. We took with me, it was elected officials from around the state, community leaders, we civic leaders. We took the right group of people. It's just convincing some individuals that we should be more concerned about protecting our neighborhoods than protecting the rights of felons.
Great. Well, thank you for coming in.
Yeah.
And thank you for doing this event this weekend. I know you'll be alongside ABC2 News' Kelly Swoop. If you want more information, we will try to get it back on our screen before we head to break, but we also do want to let you know that everything is available on abc2news.com. Again, it's the many faces of cancer. Thank you for coming in.
My pleasure.
Good
Thank
to
you
see you always.
for lending me some of the chair fabric for my jacket.
It is quite nice, isn't
No,
it? You do. It kind of blend in a little bit. All right, talk to Justin as you leave about that weather.
I will.
You're the boss. You're the boss of Baltimore, so see what you can do about it.